started on another day. You saw, you're gonna see I'm gonna get these corners, get these edges all shined up, smoothed up. I still gotta come in and do the corners on all 4 of the boxes to smooth those corners off. And then we are gonna work on putting latches on all the doors. And then I did get my latches in for the back here, so we'll get started trying to get those hinges set and get the door back here fit. We'll work on coming across here, down, light boxes, license plate, done. So, a lot of work to do, so we're gonna get to it. Is May 20th, and we're gonna start another day on the flatbed. I did some work yesterday getting this template set. Getting this template here set. This is for our latches. This was a pain in the butt. These are Eberhard 28 400 series stainless steel latches. All the hardware. See right there. Called them and I asked them, I was like, hey guys, what's the cutout sheet? Where's the template for the cutout for these? And they sent me an engineered drawing, and the engineered drawing was not scalable. So because it was not scalable, I could not print it out and then just simply lay it on here and trace it. So I've got 3 or 4 other iterations running around other places that were just a little bit off one way or the other. Finally come down to this one. Drop that off of it. So the studs sit in the holes. Pulling off a little bit less than 8 inches. It's like 7 to 15 sixteenths from the top edge down. And then I'm just eyeballing, looking through this hole and that hole with the center line that I have marked on the door. Once I got that set, what I did is clamped it down, and these already have the holes drilled all the way through, but you can set it on there without that. So I take this and I clamp it down, and clamp it down, and then pull this off, and I take the drill and I drilled my 4 holes and then took the chalk line and made a scribe in the middle. Now I'm gonna get the plasma cutter and cut just on the inside of that line, and then it is a lot of hand filing after that, just getting it straight. I've also got the Dremel tool with a carbide bit. I've been using that quite a bit. This is a straight shank carbide bit, just to help make it a little bit quicker. So definitely trying not to oversize it. I did on the very first one I did over there. I took another latch and fit it to make sure it fit. I'll put this latch back together. This is the one that was supposed to be back here for this door. That isn't going to work. I've got other latches over there. We'll hopefully get those put on today. But I had to disassemble that latch. I'm very pleased with the quality of these latches, but very upset that they didn't have a template to cut that out with. That was, you engineered it. You should be able to have a cutout template. I mean, come on, guys. Eberhard needs to do better. But as far as quality wise, these quality is really good. Comes with a good gasket that's contoured to sit inside of it. I mean, it's great quality stuff. I've also got some electronic, I've got some electronic locks that I'm gonna be able to make the bed work with my truck lock. So that's gonna be awesome. So they had a lot of good stuff going for them. Just very disappointed they didn't have a cutout template you could print. So, but they don't normally sell to people like me. They sell to companies making 10,000 on a press brake with a plasma cutter, and you know they have an engineering team to do it. So whatever, water the bridge, under the bridge, over the bridge, wherever you want it is where it's at. So we're gonna get the rest of these doors cut out, and that's the goal for the day. Like I said, it is a whole lot of hand filing with those two. I like to use these half moon files. I like to use these half moon. They just get the smaller surface area right there. They get quicker, they cut quicker. I've also got a rat tail file here. That helps me a lot in this area to get that smoothed. And then the Dremel, so we'll get it done. It just takes a little longer. So I'm gonna set y'all up right here. Let you watch me cut this one out, and then I'll probably cut the camera off because it's just rinse and repeat after that for the rest of them. I've already got the rest of them marked, and I got the drill holes started. I didn't drill all the way through all of them just because I was trying to do it quickly this morning before I went to work. So I didn't do all of them, but they're all marked and ready to go. So I'll set you up right there, let you watch me cut this one, and then same process for the rest of it. Enjoy. Whoa, stop. You're about to mess up. Don't do that. If you figured out where I mess up, let me know. This is future me coming back and telling past me, you're an idiot and you didn't think this all the way through. And we had to cut and remake every single one of these doors because you didn't think it through. So, you're about to mess up. Comment down below if you figure out where I messed up before I did. Yeah. Well, there's that. So I'm gonna get the rest of them done. I only got 2 more left, so I'm gonna get those 2 done, and then I'll see you back out here. Well, folks, I well and thoroughly screwed the pooch. Messed this one up big time. So here's one of my doors here. There's the latch, and it looks great. You see my problem? When I cut this out, cut this notch for this latch to operate, it's pushed this further back than my lip right here. My weather seal clamps onto that lip. I can't cut that out. If I cut that out, then I don't get weather seal from here to here, and all the water that comes in off the top is just gonna run right in the box. So, these are too close. This piece right here needs to be flush with the back of that. Just a little bit of room, enough room to make that swing. So right there, that's the furthest out it goes. It may mean I need to make a longer bolt right here and put a spacer in there, but we'll get to that when we get there. But for now, what it means for me, because I've already drilled and cut out every hole for these doors, I have to make all the doors all over again. I can leave the hinges mounted onto the truck. That way I can cut my holes out, but I've got to make every cotton picking door all over again. Yay. I don't have any more of the 3/16 1x1 3/16 thick angle iron, so I gotta go get more of that. I tried to just cut a square out of here and then weld another one in, and it's not gonna look right. There's gonna be a wave, there's gonna be a difference, it's gonna look bad, and I'm gonna not be happy with it. So I get to remake all of them. Isn't that just grand? Absolutely grand. Crap. Yep, that's got to be behind that. Well, oh well. Gotta go get the stuff and start getting that done tomorrow.